Hey, I'm John. Welcome back to Mr. G's Workbench and the step-by-step build of the F-18A. We're going to jump into step 8 today. We're going to paint and install the gear bays. We're going to install the awful, lousy intakes from the last episode, as well as the exhausts. So we're going to jump into it. One quick thing before we get started. If you like what you see, I'd appreciate it if you give me a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, why not? Come on, jump in the pool with everyone else and get notified every time I make a new video, okay? Let's jump right into step 8. Let's take a quick look at step 8 and see what we've got to work with. They're looking at the gear bay here, H20. Looks pretty well detailed. I'm going to be pretty happy with that if I can just paint it and make it look reasonable. The nose gear bay is already located in the lower fuselage. So it's just going to be, the trick is going to be getting in there. Should be easy enough. Just get in there and spray it and then detail it as much as I can. And we've got C19 and C22. Those are going to get installed in the lower fuselage along with the, remember, the exhausts from the last time and the awful intakes from the last time. So I'm going to get things painted up. We'll come back and we'll revisit it. All right, who thought this was a good idea? Here's C19. All right, and here's where it slots. It's supposed to slot into this area on the lower fuselage. The only stuff that they have for a positive connecting point is this little groove here and here. Come on. So I will continue this struggle off camera. I've got C19 and C22 installed. They kind of fit. You just have to clean up the parts so this way they sit properly, and just make sure you slather some glue into the slots that they fit into. And then from underneath they look acceptable. So let's move on. We've got all the components for step 8 installed. I'll go through it one at a time. Let's start with the gear bays. Let me zoom in on this main gear bay here and show you. After I installed it, I went back and I misted on a light coat of Tamiya flat white over the work I had done. I had used Tamiya's black panel line wash here and it was too stark. I went back with a light coat of Tamiya flat white again. And then I used what's kind of becoming my go-to wash for stuff like this. It's Vallejo's Game Color Wash, and that's a black wash. It's acrylic. I cut it 50-50 with water, and then I brush it on in layers until I get the effect I want. So I'm pretty happy with that. The only other thing I'm going to probably do is go back and just clean up a little more of the excess. Same here in the nose gear bay. I'm very happy with that. That one I actually used the Tamiya panel line wash, but it's so recessed that I think the starkness helps. The gray color you see in each of the bays is Tester's square bottle of flat gray. Here's the number of the color. It's a good, like, all round gray. I also used it on that ductwork right there. The yellow you see is it's a yellow chromate, again in a square bottle from Testers. Here's the number of that one. And like I said, everything else was the Vallejo black wash. Here we installed the intakes. I went back, sanded them, and painted them again. I'm still not at all satisfied with them. Sometimes the intakes don't play my way. This is one of those cases. So we'll see at the end how it looks once everything is installed. Then we've got the exhausts installed back here. As I mentioned earlier, we're not putting the actual burner cans on until installation is finished, because there's no point. The only other note I'd make here is there's a call out for E5 to be installed over here, which would be, it turns out that's optional if you're closing up the ladder. I'm not. I'm going to have the ladder down, so I'm not installing that right now. So that is it for step 8. The next time we get together, we're going to do step 9 is going to be some work building up the nose and the intake faces. So thanks for stopping in again, and I'll see you next time.